Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. So, today we are doing a video from Inverse, whatever. It's a channel that does a lot of stuff about Nmixx. And today we're doing a video called Never Underestimate Nmixx's Kim Jiwoo, which I should be interested in. I'm interested in this because I like Jiwoo. Jiwoo is probably in my top 2 of favorite Nmixx members. She's definitely in my top 3, which is weird because there's only 6 of them, so there's not a long list there. Point being, I think Jiwoo is someone who, at least from when I've seen in performances and from their songs I've listened to, she adds something very interesting to the group. Like, she's a member, and I'll get into this later on, that people I think underestimate or people don't think much of, but she can surprise you with what she adds to the group and how she adds that to the group. But we'll get further into those thoughts as we go into the video. Anyway, enough of my rambling, let's get into this. I have way too much caffeine. I didn't want to pause this immediately, but did you see what that girl just did? Tell me that was... She was on her back. Did you just see that? She went like all the way to the ground, her leg is all flipped it, bent herself back up. That was impressive. Okay.
Can't seem to get it right. It's crazy life.
I want to tell you something. I did not watch this video ahead of time. This is my first time watching this, and it's very interesting. Although it should go from the title, that like they share the same sentiment that I do. That Jiwoo is way more talented than people give her credit for, and I think it's because like. I don't know. You know, I'm gonna hold some of this. I'm gonna hold some of this. Let's just keep going. Let me formulate some thoughts real quick.
Broken promises, now we lie.
Here's the thing, and I think this is sometimes like an issue with being in the group or being in a group, is that a lot of times you have to conform what you do to the dynamic of the group. Like for instance, like Jiwoo is a great dancer. Like if you see my video with her and Kyujin when they did their duo dance to Looser by Kendrick Lamar, you can see like between her and Kyujin, those two are exceptionally good at dancing, and they're great dancers. And sometimes if you look at them isolated within the confines of like the choreography, you can see where each individual person's talent lies. Like to use a comparison, Cat's Eye. When you watch them doing their choreography, if you really pay attention, you can tell that Daniela and Megan are the 2 best dancers out of that group. They have better body control than everyone else. They have better hip isolation. They are just leagues above the others. And you can say the same thing about her from what I've seen so far. Like, she's very flexible, very bendy. She has great body control. The thing is that when you're in the confines of the group, you have to adjust the way you move to suit the overall group, which means you sometimes, if you're a better dancer, you have to tone it down a little bit to match the people who aren't as good so that you all look more uniform. Or even singing. Like, you may be a phenomenal singer, like Lily. Lily is a phenomenal singer, and there are those moments in their songs when she really gets to flex her vocals. But she has, the most of the time, keep her vocals within the confines of the song or within the group and the idea of the group. So I say all that to say that Jiwoo can be exceedingly talented, but because she may play a specific role within the group, she's not always going to get a chance to highlight those specific talents individually, which is why I appreciate a song like Ridin, which I did another video on. I might leave a link to that in the description as well. That because it's a subunit and you're only focusing on half of the group, it gives those members more chance to shine. And in that song, you got to hear a lot more of what Jiwoo actually does. And because of the dynamics of Nmixx, she may not always get that opportunity to shine as much. Like, I'm looking at her, you can see like her physical control is quite good. Like she's very precise, very in control of her movements, and some of the movements she does, it can be very easy. If you're a dancer, if you've done dance and you know how to dance, then you know doing some of the things she does, how easy it is to kind of lose that control or to get sloppy with it, or to like, because it's like, for instance, like if I'm just doing this, like it's easy to do this and make it, but when you're trying to be controlled with it and you're trying to maintain, like it takes a certain amount of focus and understanding of one's body. You have to be in tune with yourself to be able to move in certain ways, and it takes a lot of dedication and practice to be that good. And you can see it, like even though she's moving fast, you can see the amount of control that she maintains in her physicality, and it's actually quite impressive.
You say I'm just curious, that's it for real, or just a night. Telling you love or help me, never met someone like that. Back then when I was running out of your place, I say I never wanna see your face. I meant I couldn't wait to see it again. Stay by my side, stay for a while. Stay here, you beautiful girl. I'm begging you, so put your loving hands out.
And I'm gonna say this, I think Jiwoo has a good voice. Like, I think what makes her really interesting is like when she does like her rapping sections of their songs, like in Know About Me, her voice has a distinct quality that really stands out in those sections. And as a singer, she is a good singer, but I would say within the confines of their group, she is obviously not the best singer in that group, but she's better than most people. She's better than average. That being said, I think also the problem is that there aren't enough, most of their songs do not always lean into her particular vocal strengths. So there aren't a lot of songs where she gets heavily featured, because I think a lot of the songs play to the vocal strengths of other members, and I'll say more specifically Haewon and Lily. I think the songs play more so to their strengths than the strengths of the others per se. And it makes sense though, because those two are the stronger singers in the group, at least in my opinion. And not that the others don't ever get anything to do, but it kind of trickles down to where, like, I noticed that especially Bae and Jiwoo tend to get the least to do in a song when it comes to vocals, which again, in the group, it may not matter that much to them as it does to you, the fan, listening, because as a fan, you want to see your favorite get more to do. But within the confines of the group, it may not matter as much. I thought my phone was ringing. It may not matter as much because, like, you know, like they're all more so working as a team to service the song or service the choreography more so than servicing the individual's ego. And in order to work like that, you have to be able to sideline your own ego and your own pride. So I think that, like, depending on the songs, and if they get a different variety of songs, it would help to highlight people like Bae and Jiwoo. Now, don't get me wrong, the ways that Bae and Jiwoo, and I'm thinking more specifically about Jiwoo right now, the way that Jiwoo gets used is very good to how she's used in the songs and what part she plays in those songs, like what vocals she has, gets, I think, used properly for the songs they do. But if you want her to get highlighted more, then they may have to explore different types of songs that require a different kind of vocal capability. The long story short, what I'm saying is she's a very solid singer, and she's very good. But I don't think they always lean into her particular vocal talents as much as they could.
So put your lovely hand out, darling. That show when the run you that show when the
왜 이렇게 잘해?
Ooh, you like it? You like this? Ooh, like it?
Now, to be able to hula hoop like that is no small feat. Hula hooping is not easy. Again, it takes a good amount of physical control to not only be able to hula hoop, but to walk while you're hula hooping and then spin in circles while you're hula hooping. That is, like, it looks easy, but it's quite impressive, the physical control that goes into that. Especially when you've seen some elite hula hoopers. You know what? Maybe I'll do a video. I'm going to find a video of people who hula hoop. I'll do a hula hoop compilation. If you want to see that, if you want to see me react to that or talk about that, let me know. I will totally do a video on that. But anyway.
Come on, baby, you put my love on top, 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 my love on top, my love top, baby.
And also, here's the thing. I don't know everything about Nmixx yet, so if there are songs, if you're a more involved Nmixx fan, and there are songs where Jiwoo or even Bae get highlighted more, and there's songs that I should check out, let me know, and I will check those songs out, because I'd be very interested in hearing those songs.
Baby, please believe me, I'll put you to hell. Just know me, so show up yourself. Baby, don't get greedy.
You know what? I'm gonna sort of amend my statement about her singing. The woman's more than just solid. She's actually quite impressive, especially, like, I'll put it like this. She doesn't have, like, a huge range, but she has a lot of power, and she also can be quite soft, which, how can I put it, not necessarily conflict with each other, but she's good within the confines of what she can do, but she's very clear. She has very clear vocals, which I can appreciate. She's not too airy and too light, like, you know, dandelions on a breeze or something, but she's not like Mariah Carey. She's somewhere in the middle of that, I'd say. She has decent power in her vocals, but she's also very clear, and she can be soft without being too soft.
Want it well, ooh, and well. she know never then go everyday beat beat by crush 그래 나는 do what I like 더 거치게 숨을 내뱉어 Starting to feel I'm gonna be I know what I be no doubt 의무대 위 난 입에 finish yeah but after that I'm done
Yeah, black is brown, brown is yellow, yellow is white, white is water.
That, and also I kind of wish sometimes that she would get more rap parts in the song, because I think her rap parts are always really good. And again, I said it earlier, but I really like her voice when she's doing her rap parts. You know what I mean? Like, she has a very unique tone and distinction that when Jiwoo's on, you know Jiwoo's on. You know, another comparison between like that kind of distinction is kind of like Harvey in XG. I would say Jiwoo kind of slides into the slot in Nmixx, where Harvey kind of slides into a slot in XG, in that it's not someone who gets used all the time or very much, but when she does get used in a song, it's very distinct, very important, and it stands out, not in a bad way. But you know that she's on, and for that brief moment when she's being utilized, it's like this is her time, this is her moment, and you're going to pay attention to her, and you can't ignore it.
벗어나고 싶어 사랑 아닌 이별 왜 모든 건 이건 법인지 다른 걸 보고 싶어 이 거리 위에 미친 척하고 달리다 보면 나올지 몰라 오아시 난 no doubt 기적이라 부를래 너와 너 맞춘 순간 반짝이던 랑데부 은하수 같아 아득했던 거리도 하나로 다 이어져 우리 연결했잖아 Yeah, 다 던져두고 떠날 때야 나의 trip 마침표가 아닌 시작점을 찍고 start 그댈 따라가고 싶었지만 난 그럴 수 없었어 언젠간 우리 다시 만날 그날을 세면서
And one thing I appreciate about Jiwoo is like when is how Jiwoo can just lock in. Like on stage, Jiwoo sometimes is just like it's almost like a completely different person. Like off stage, Jiwoo can be a little bit silly, a little goofy, a little awkward. You know what I mean? But when she's on stage, it's like boom, that switch flips. She locks in, and she's just this really, I would say like dynamic and charismatic and engaging performer, and it's just really cool to see. I would say like her and Bae are kind of in that same realm of like off stage when you see them not doing their performance, they can be just so goofy and weird and funny, but when they're on stage and they got to do their job, they're like boom, locked in, ready to go, full force, and they're just like, and in many ways it's just like the aura they give off is just so engaging and so captivating that you can't ignore them. Wait. Oh, was this on her birthday? Okay. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Alright, so I think, you know what, this has given me a lot more appreciation for Kim Jiwoo. And hopefully this has given you more appreciation for Kim Jiwoo. And I do hope that as Nmixx continues with their career, you know, hopefully they continue much longer and they stay together, but as they do, hopefully, you know, Jiwoo will get more highlights. And hopefully, you know, other members of the group will get to shine as well. And we get to see more from her, and she gets to highlight more of those talents. Or maybe at some point she'll get to do a solo thing, and you'll get to see more of that highlighted as well. I don't know. I'm interested to see where she goes from here. Anyway, let me know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts? Are there other members of Nmixx you would like me to talk about specifically? If you do, let me know. And whoever gets the most votes, I guess, I don't know how you want to phrase it, whoever gets the most comments, I will talk about that member. And until next time, I will talk to you later, alright? Bye.